Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we will be playing a 3-player game of Cytress, and as you can see here, the layout is slightly different from the way we usually play it if we were playing it in real life. But because we are now on digital, the way we are showing the gameplay, especially because I'm recording this, will be done through a top-down view. So as some of you may know, we do have a 3D component to this game, and that is the floating city of Stratus that you can see on the top right hand corner, which we will just set aside, and we will actually use one of the standing structures as a temporary I guess platform for us to put our crew tokens whenever we ascend, just so it's a clearer view of the tokens themselves when it's played from a top-down view. Now, because we are not using the Stratus platforms themselves, that means we would have to put the cards somewhere, which is where we put the 5 Stratolite cards just above the minimap hacks, as well as those 21 tubes. Now, the reason for the 21 tubes, you can see the white tubes just below the minimap, is because there are 3 of us, 3 players, therefore 7 for each player, and therefore 21 tubes. Now, the gameplay is very much the same. So the first phase we will go through is the production phase, where we will gain resource based on what we have on our top left life path, which is the copper life path, the yellow life path. In this case, you can see that I'm playing as the green player. We will be getting some glow, and also we also started off with another life path, which is the hooligan life path, which you can see at the bottom right, which is the orange life path. We are starting off with 1 cred. So it's a really interesting start. I'm thinking in terms of strategy, because we are a bit of a couple I guess ally, and also we are helping the hooligans as well. I'm thinking our strategy this game will be leaning more towards production and discounts. I think it's a good combo. That means we can buy things on the cheap and get things consistently throughout the game, and then maybe with that we can lean into some trading. I do think though the mini map that is generated for this game is very how do I say, spread out. I'd say it's really well spread out. As you can see, there are no clumps here. All the districts within on the mini map are very nicely placed. I think you can see more towards the southeast side. You can see a bit of a couple rover district, I guess clump. So you can see it's couple rover on the right hand side of the mini map, and maybe that would indicate a good trading path for more tube control later on in the game. So yeah, I'm really excited to play against 2 other players, red player and the blue player, and I'm pretty sure we will have a good game from this. So without further ado, we will start the game. I think it is the red player's turn, but because it is the first round, we will all gain some resources. So everyone's got their resource, which means we can go straight to phase 2, which is where the leaders will scout the districts and influence the district leaders. Red player immediately goes to the privateer district, earning themselves 3 tech. Blue player goes to the copper district, earning themselves 3 cred. And we will go to the hooligan district, earning ourselves 3 ammo. Now, because this is a 3-player game, all the leaders can move twice. So essentially we will go back to the first player again, which is the red player, and he will move his second time. So red player goes to the copper district, earning them 2 cred. The blue player goes to the privateer district, earning them 3 cred. And we will go to the copper cred district, and we'll get ourselves 3 cred. Awesome. So that is it for the first the second phase of the first round. Now all the crews will now move across Cytress and do the missions. So starting from the red player again, red player decides to go to the privateer district to do a mission, and as you can see, they have landed themselves down south of the district on the mini map. One of their crew members appearing on the privateer district to show that they've done a mission there. Interesting. So they've actually gone with a more open approach. Now let's see what blue player does. Blue player goes to the privateer district as well, doing another mission there, and this time he's actually acquiring the northwest district on the mini-map tiles. And that's it. So that's my ship done. And yeah, now it will be the red player's turn again to go. The red player isn't stopping with the privateer missions. As you can see, they placed another crew down on the privateer district. So they've definitely trying to establish some sort of control towards the southern area. Wow, and the blue player does a couple mission, but this time a very good move by blue player going all the way to the south and placing their crew there. That means they can spy on the red players hexes or the red players crews, which means they gain 4 tech from that play. Yeah, this is a good play. And now it's our turn again. I have a feeling because we already have some hooligan life path, as I said, I think we should lean onto it. And as you can see in the hooligan district, there is that one card there with the 1 cred for us. So I think I'll go ahead there, and I can definitely afford this. So I think it's a good move, and we can place our our crew on the orange tile as well, so that will give us some adjacency. Alright, so we've played our second transport. We have moved our crew to the orange tile, which means again, we don't get any spying because it's our own crew. But as you can see here, we are building that cooler gang life path, and we've already got 2 of the yellow creds, so we'll see how we go, and that will cost us 3. Alright, so we've just done the hooligan mission. We've acquired that hooligan card that I was talking about, giving us 1 more extra cred, which means it helps us with our discount. Every time we spend cred, will be lowered. And we've also just placed our crew on a orange tile on the top, the north of the minimap. And now it's back to the red player's turn. And red player has just done a couple mission and placing their crew on the southern district on the corporal tile, and this time the red player spies back on the blue player, gaining 2 creds from that because they have their rebel leader on the district. So that's a really good move, and that way they have essentially locked the blue player out in terms of getting control of any of the tubes there. But who knows, maybe they might send one of their crews, leaving it up to for anyone else to take it. So that's basically the red player, and we'll move to the blue player now. Alright, so blue player went to the privateer district and essentially spies back on the red player in the south and gaining the 2 tech back. So essentially that mission there cost them nothing because they had to spend 2 and then they gained both of the tech back. So that was a good play again, and now it's back to our turn. Okay, so what we've done is we've also gone to the privateer district. This time, as you can see, we are creating that line, trying to secure the top half of the map to our own. And we spied off the blue player this time, gaining us that one tech. And also we took the privateer card, which will give us some interesting resources during the second phase on the next round, in the next round. So yeah, and that would be all the transports being played, all the leaders being scouted as well, which means we will do a reset, and we will then rotate the Stratolite cards out one, and we'll put in a new one, and then everything will go back to their resource boards. Alright, everything's now back. We've rotated these Stratolite cards, and all the transports and leaders are back to their places. Now we'll begin round 2. So starting again with the phase 1, which is the production. And as you can see, we do gain 2 tech and the 1 glow. So we'll go ahead and increase that. Alright, so everyone's done their production. So now, or income. So now we will move to the second phase, again starting from the red player, moving their leader, rebel leader, to the one of these 4 districts. And now the blue player's turn, and now it's our turn. Alright, and now it's back to the red player's turn. So the red player's gone to the Koppel district, and we do have a Koppel, we do have a cred on our privateer life path, so we do gain 1 from that. And now it's the blue player's turn. So we've gone to the rover district to get 3 glow, because yeah, the other 2 players have stacked up a lot on their privateer life path with a lot of Koppel and Hula Gang passive income. So we want to try to avoid giving too much away. And that's why I've been going to the privateer district to earn tech, because that's the only district that doesn't give any resource away while your leader is scouting. Alright, so everyone's made their done their second phase. So now we'll move on to the third phase, which is where the red player will begin moving their transports. Okay, so the red player's gone to the hooligans, did a mission there, and now they have gained a hooligan life path card, which will give them a tech discount. It's really good, considering how they are always going on tech, and blue seems to be tech seems to be their resource that they'll be focusing on. And also they've spied on the blue player, so they've actually gone 1 extra tech from that as a result. Okay, so the blue player actually went to the rover district, did a rover mission, and yeah, they actually spied on us. You can see here they spied on our our top crew, so the crew on the blue hex and also on the yellow hex. So they essentially got 2 tech because their leader was on the privateer district, and as well as 1 cred from that. And now it's our turn. Because we have so many yellow discounts, I think it's best to focus on the yellow, just to get back our money's worth of for our investments. So I'm just gonna go there, and there is that spot there, as you can see, which is really good for us. We can spy on the red, which will give us the double of the resource back, as well as 1 tech. So that's actually pretty good. And we can also break the control as well. Alright, so we've gone ahead and we did a Koppel crowd mission, essentially giving us the opportunity to place our crew down south to spy on the 2 red player crews, gaining 1 tech and 2 creds, because our leader is on the Koppel crowd district, our rebel leader, so that doubles our bonuses. And now it's the red player's turn. Now the red player goes to the privateer district and now expands towards the northeast, and places their crew there, though there's no one, but they will be the first one to establish control in the area. So that will be interesting to see how that unfolds. Now it's back to the blue player's turn. Blue player then goes to the privateer district, places it on the northwest, right next to us, and spies on our tech, which makes sense because they gain 2 tech from that. It's actually a neutral, a net play there, so they don't actually spend anything for that mission. So that was a really good play actually. Now it's our turn. Alright, so I've just done a move here, went to the Kopokrad district, and instead of spying on others, we've decided to stay close to our own crew. That way we can establish a bit of zoning, and we can then control our tubes eventually. And so we acquired the card that gives us 2 glow, which will be really helpful during the income round, or in the income phase. So that's it from us, and now it will be the red player's turn to move their last transport. Alright, so the red player places their transport on the Kopokrad district, so they essentially done a mission there. Annoyingly, they have placed their crew right next to us, spying on us because I'm guessing they've got the we've got our crew on a Corpo district, which they have their rebel leader on, which means they do get the double spying, unfortunately for them, for us. So yeah, they gain a lot of resources from that way. 2 cred and 1 tech from us, but that's fine. Now it's time for the blue player's turn. Right, so the blue player goes to the hooligan district, does a hooligan mission, places their crew on the northern district, on the hooligan tile, on the hooligan hex, cutting us off from the northwest side, which is a bit annoying. That means we might not want to place our crew in the last 2 pieces of the rover district on the northwest side, because that means we might lose control. So we might be forced to have to place our crew towards the east now, moving from where we were, which is fine. Yeah, that was a bit of annoying play there by the blue player, and they've also spied on us. 1 cred and 1 ammo, and now it's our turn. Okay, so decided to go down the the privateer life path this time round. Tried to, like I said, expand eastwards from where we were. Try to gain more control now on the northeastern tiles, or the hexes, and so try to get some more control before we build our waste chutes and escape to Stratus. So that's all of our transports done. We will now proceed to the reset and taking our transports and leaders back. Alright, now that we've got our transports and leaders back, we will now proceed with the 3rd round. And this is an interesting round because I feel like we've got some resources, and we'll be getting some resources rather. And also this will be the round that we'll see some players start ascending their crews and building the waste chutes, because as you can see now, there's a bit of a control now with the maps. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see who goes first. Yep, so we will now continue with our income phase. So first phase, we will gain the resource on our top left life path. Now that everyone's done, we'll continue with the playing of the leaders, starting from the red player. Red player goes to hooligan districts. That's good for us. We do have the 2 ammo on our privateer life path, so that will give us 2 ammo because of that play. The blue player goes to the rover district. We do also have 1 glow on there, so though they gain 3 glow, we do get our 1 glow from that, which is good. That pushes to the 11th, our 11th glow, which, as you can see from the icon there, we are essentially, we have enough for a 2 high tube. Alright, so we've just gone to the rover district. The reason I didn't want to go to the other ones is because I'm either giving too much resources away. For example, Copple, everyone has loaded on their privateer life path, so we're giving too much away. And also privateer district, we don't really need that much tech, considering as you can see the Stratolite cards here, a lot of it is yellow and orange, but I'm thinking we are going with more of a trade route this game, so potentially we might acquire a trade card to bump up the ratio before we proceed with the trading. But we'll see what the other players do. It might disrupt our plans, but we'll see how that goes. So the red player will now play. Alright, the red player goes to the rover district, does a rover mission, and that is okay. They didn't just spied on us, which is fine. And you can see here they're going really heavy down in the southern districts, so yeah, we'll see how that goes. Now it's the blue player's turn. The blue player goes for the rover district mission, and unsurprisingly they've placed their crew right next to theirs, and they're clumping up now so that they're preparing for a control of one of their towers, or rather the tubes. And so yeah, that's a good play overall. They did take our card though, the card that I wanted, which is the Copple, or rather the card that gives the cred trade, which is fine. That just means we'll just have to take the ammo one for us, so we'll go ahead and do that. Alright, this was a really good play for us. We were able to gain a rover card, increasing our trade ratio for ammo. But not on that's not the best thing. The best thing was we were able to place that crew on the northwestern side of the minimap, so we were able to gain 4 glow and 1 tech from spying on all the blue crews there that are surrounding us. Although we are boxed in, that's fine. That's a necessary sacrifice, but at least we got heaps of resources from that play there, so I'm quite happy with that. Now it's the red player's turn. Alright, red player goes to the merchant to trade, essentially trading all their cred for a couple tech, and I think they've then traded tech for some ammo. So overall pretty good, but now they'll have enough for 3 high waste shoots, which might be happening next turn, next round, next turn for their transport. Now it's the blue player's turn. Blue player goes to the merchant as well, unsurprisingly, because they were waiting for it, and does a double trade, gaining tons of credit and also some ammo because of their rover life path. So wow, everyone's gearing up for the waste shoots, and so are we. We will also be trading. We also did a double trade at the merchant, so now we have max ammo, and I think that will be our our cue for going up to Stratus. So now it's the red player's turn. Alright, the red player finally did it, spending all their tech, all 18 of them, and you can see from the discarded Stratolite card, they have placed their ship on Stratus and then ascended one of their crew, which is on the orange hex, all the way up to the 3rd level. As you can see, the crew, one of their crew tokens now are at the very top above the yellow line, and that means that it's the highest level. And you can also see down below the mini map hex the tubes have been used. And so we are inching closer towards the end of the game. This will be very quick because I'm assuming everyone will be building tubes this round. So that's a good play there. They have control of this 3 high tube, which is good. As you can see, that white tube there is surrounded by 3 of their crew, which means they have majority of that for that tube. And also at the moment, they do have majority for level 3 as well for the bonus majority points at the end of the game. But yeah, that now it's time for blue's turn. All right, blue player follows suit and does the same as the red player, building a 3 high tower on the blue hex using all their cred. So now they, interestingly, they do not have control. It's neutralized because there's surrounded by 2 of his crew and 2 of mine. So technically, if I don't do anything, that tower, if I don't ascend either of those 2 crews around that tower, I will neutralize those points there. He does still get the 3 high points for ascending, but in terms of control, yeah, unfortunately, he won't be getting control of that unless I do something. So now it's my turn. And of course, we follow suit as well. So flew our transport all the way to Stratus, send it on one of our crews. We did the Stratolite card that requires ammo, which we had, and send it one from the Cobble hex, as you can see there. And for the good news is we are surrounded by majority of our crew, so we do have majority. So we do get the 3 high points. We also get the control points for now. Even if the red player or the blue player decides to place a cheeky little crew right next to on the hooligan hex tile right next to us, it won't matter because we still have control. And now everyone has used their transports, their leaders, but because all 3 of us are on the Stratus tower, the Stratus, the floating city, we do have an extra action. So starting from the first player again, it is the red player's turn. Alright, red player flies their transport down back to Cytress and lands on the hooligan district, this time doing a hooligan mission, placing their crew in between the 2 blues, as you can see there, and gaining the 2 tech from spying, and also solidifying the control of that tube, the 3 high, just making sure that, no one's there to mess with them. That's good. And now it's the blue player's turn. Right, and the blue player does the same, going to the hooligan, flying down from Stratus, going straight to Cytress hooligan district, placing their crew in between the 3 red crews, gaining them the double scout bonus or spying bonus. For glow, 2 glows, 1 ammo, and 1 cred. That was a good play there. Now it's our turn. Alright, so doing something a little different, went to the enforcers instead of doing a normal mission, this time acquiring a bounty on the hooligans, considering we do have a lot of hooligan missions here. So that means each hooligan mission will now give us 2 points at the end of the game. The more we stack them, the more points we get. But also acquiring one of these cards will give us one of the immediate 2 benefits. One is you can place 1 crew on any hooligan tile or hooligan hex, or we can pay 5 ammo to ascend one of our crews from a lower level to a higher level. So, but the thing is, we can't do that because we're already at the highest level from our previous one. So we're just gonna leave that there, and we're gonna just pick the first option, which is to place one of our crew. And yes, we're gonna definitely place the crew on the hooligan hex, and you know which one it is. It's that one. And there we go. So yeah, so that is basically all the transports all done, and we will now do a reset for the next round. All right, so we're now in round 4. which means we will start our phase 1 income and gain those resources accordingly. Alright, now that everyone's phase 1s are done, we will move on to phase 2, starting from the red player. Right, so the red player went to the rover district, so that means we will gain the one glow as well. Blue player goes to the hooligan district, we will gain 2 ammo because of that. And we have gone to the Corporocrat district, giving us 3 plus the 1 that we have on top of Stratus, so that's 4 creds in total. And yeah, then now it's back to the red player's turn again for their second round. Red player goes to the blue district, or privateer district, and they just get the resource on their own. We are not affected by that. Now it's the blue player's turn. Blue player goes to the rover district, gaining 4 glow, as they also have a crew on the Stratus tower, and we, as a result of that, because of our privateer life path, gain 1 glow from that. And we have just gone to the hooligan district ourselves. We don't get the privateer life path benefits from that because it's our own, but we do get that 4 ammo because we do have that crew on top of Stratus, which gives us the bonus. But everyone else does sponge off of us because they do have some of the hooligan life paths there. So it is what it is, and we'll just move on with the next phase, phase 3, and we'll start moving our ship, starting with the red player. Red player goes straight for the rover mission and places their crew towards the middle part of the map and spies off of the blue player for 1 ammo. Now it's the blue player's turn. Blue player does a big move there, doing a rover mission and spying on the red player. But because they do have that leader on that district as well, they do get that spying bonus double. As a result, they do get 4 glow on top of that, so they actually net 3 plus glow because they do have some discounts as well. So that was a really good move. And now it's our turn. And we just did a simple move there, moving to the privateer district, placing one of our crews on the top half of the map, solidifying the control there, trying to make sure that we are sticking together and gaining as much control as possible. And also getting our hooligan, or rather missions against the hooligan, so that we can fulfill that bounty that we just acquired. So this is really good for us, actually. Now it's back to the red player's turn. Red player goes to the merchant and does a double trade, trading for tech and also trading for some ammo as well, looking like they're going to do the same thing. And we'll be doing some tube building. Yeah, now it's up to the blue player's turn. All right, so blue player actually goes for a mission and actually plays a couple mission, gaining 2 glow because of their rebel leader on the rover district. So that was not too bad. Now it's our turn. All right, so we are doing the double trade as well, traded for some ammo and also traded for some cred because we are making some big moves now. So now it's back to the red player. All right, so the red player played their 3 high tube on the southern part of the map. Interestingly, again, they do not have control of this 3 high, unfortunately. But it is neutralized because there are 3 different crews there surrounding that 3 high tube. And as you can see, our tubes are getting lower and lower now. So we are inching slowly towards the end of the line. And yeah, let's go move to the blue player. All right, blue player does the same. So sending the transport all the way to Stratus, building a 3 high on the east side of the map, right next to their own on the Corpo district. Unfortunately for them as well, it is neutralized because there isn't enough there. But I'm thinking they will be playing some extra crews later on to solidify some control. But we'll see whether or not the red player gives them that control, or perhaps maybe we can take it as well. So that means it is our turn. All right, and we are of course joining the party, going for that 3 high and the northern district, and amongst the hooligans, building our tube and solidifying that control of that 3 high, and that ends the round essentially for the 3 transports. But because we still do have that 3 transports on Stratus, we do have to take our extra action starting from the red player, and it's looking very very close. But I think this is the time that we will essentially, I might trigger the end of the game. I know it is round 4, it's a bit early, but if I trigger the end of the game now, I think I might just snatch the victory from the other 2 players, because I think I might have points build up for this. So we'll see. But it is the red player's turn now. Okay, so the red player was obviously listening, or at least he was looking at the board, knowing that the game will end, so decided to go to the renegades to build a tube on any hex of his choice, provided that he has a crew to ascend, and using any resource. So he used his remaining ammo, 11 ammo, to build a 2 high. So as you can see here, one of his crews got ascended to the 2nd level. So he's the sole control, majority control of the 2nd level. So we'll see whether or not that will give him enough points. But now we have 1 tube remaining. I have a feeling the blue player might follow suit as well and build a tube, so that will definitely trigger the end of the game, which means we will bring out more tubes from the box, and we will play out the remaining rounds. I will still be able to build my tubes. Blue player will still be able to build their tubes. It just means that this triggers the end of the game. But yeah, let's let the blue players make his move. Alright, so as expected, blue player does go to the renegade as well, opting to ascend one of their northmost crews on the rover hex all the way up to level 2 using 11 ammo. That means both the red player and the blue player will share that majority victory for level 2 if they're the only ones there. So now it's our turn for our last ship or transport. Alright, so I've decided to do a 3 high. So that means I've sent one of my crews on the northmost district on the privateer hex, and that means my crew is now has majority of the 3rd level. As you can see, there's 3 of me and 2 of the other 2 players on the 3rd level, which means I win majority. However, I didn't play too well because I didn't actually have the sets which I was hoping to get, which actually could have gave me like a lot of points for the bonuses. So although I didn't get any points for the bonuses, I'm still happy with the 3 high because it's a lot of points there. But at least I get to deny the other 2 players, because they do have sets, so they would have gotten a lot of points from there. I could have done a 2 high, but I don't think I would have. I mean, I would have only gotten some points, but I think denying the other player points will be better for me, considering I ended the game quick, or rather I was going for a quick game this time. And so that's basically the end of the game. So we will now go to scoring. We will tally up all the crews on Stratus, and we will tally up all the controls as well as the bounties. So let's quickly do some maths. And that's it. So the final scores are in, with the lowest blue player with 54 points, red player with 61 points, and green player with 78 points. So I'm glad that strategy paid off, essentially trying to build as high level tubes as soon as possible, and then quickly ending the game, or cutting the game short and not letting the game extend to another round if I had traded more, or perhaps if I did more missions, that could have elongated the game. But yeah, so one of the strategies here that is that you're trying to shorten the game if people are playing slow. In this case, these guys were playing slow because they were also doing a lot of trading, and trading usually takes time to build. So that's just one of the strategies as well. But obviously, yeah, it was a quite a close one. The scores weren't too different, 50, 60, and then 70. Obviously, these if the longer the game goes, the more points people will get as well, because they would have done more things around the map. But that's basically it. That's the full game of Cytress, 3-player from start to finish. Thanks for watching.